Hi, grade sevens. Lovely to be with you again. I'm going to just go through paper 2. I think that the main thing here is to remember that it is geometry. I've indicated in your revision booklet exactly when you need to study something. So the first thing is learn the formula for area and perimeter of a quadrilateral. The second thing, learn the formula for a triangle. So area of a triangle, and then of course perimeter is just logical that I'm going to add the 3 sides. Okay, now calculate the following. So here we have a bit of a problem. We can't have millimeters and centimeters. So I'm going to change one of them to what the other one is. So let's make it easy for ourselves and make the 200 millimeters become centimeters. Remember that there are 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. So I've got to divide this by 10. So dividing by 10 just means crossing out 1, because divide by 10, I'm going to cross out a 0. So that's 20 centimeters. So 2 times 4, so I'm going to go area equals length times breadth. Remember, study it. All right. Then I'll say length is 40 centimeters times 20 centimeters. Right. 2 times 4 is 8, 0, 0. Centimeter times centimeter is centimeter squared. All right. The next one, perimeter. Again, I've got millimeters, I've got centimeters. I can change that to millimeters or this to centimeters. It's going to be the same thing. So let's make it easy for ourselves and divide by 10. Cross out, that becomes 2 centimeters. Okay, so perimeter. Perimeter equals 2L plus 2B. 2 times the length plus 2 times the breadth. So I say 2 times, what is the length? 12 centimeters plus 2 times 2 centimeters. And that gives me 24 centimeters plus 4 centimeters. And that is 28 centimeters. Okay. Now let's try the area of a triangle. So area equals base times height divide by 2. Right, first mark goes for there. Learn it. Don't just think you're going to get there and understand it. You've got to study that. Then the base is 30 meters times 15 meters. And that is divide by 2. So what you can do is leave the 0. So 3 times 15. 15, 15, and 15 is 45. And then I put the 0 back on. 450 meter times meter, meters squared. Divide by 2. Right. 2 into 45, or 2 into 400 goes 200 times. So 200, half of 50, 225 meters squared. Right, I'm done. Okay, now let's go to the next one. I'm giving you the area. You've got to give me what is the length and the breadth for the following. Even underline it if you're in a test or exam, guys, to make sure that you know what you need, what is being asked. So if I tell you the area of this shape, so there's the shape, and I'm telling you that whole area is 400, but how much is this and how much is this? You can give me anything that can times to become 400 that will give me those two. So I'm going to say area equals length times breadth. The length could be, say now, 20 centimeters, and the breadth could be another 20 centimeters. Or you could say 10 centimeters times 40 centimeters. Or you could say, do you see what I'm saying? So you could do any. You could be doing 2 times 200. You could do 1 times 400. Anything that's going to give me 400 centimeters squared is correct. Okay, what are the lengths and breadths of the following polygon? So I've got perimeter. The perimeter they're telling me around the sides is 6. So that plus this, plus this, plus this is going to give me 6, all 4 sides. What can make up 6? I can do 2, 2, 1, 1. Meter, 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 meter. Or I could do 5, or so 5, let's go, what must we do? Let's see, polygons. So 2, 2, 1, 1. Or I could say 3, but that can't be 0. So I think that's about it. Okay, because it's perimeter. All right, now, what are the measurements for the following shape? That is 30 millimeters squared. Here's the shape. I know it's a polygon. Because it's millimeters squared, I know it's that times that. So area equals length times breadth. But what length and what breadth? Anything that gives me 30. So I could say 5 times 6, 5 millimeters times 6 millimeters. Or I could say 30 millimeters times 1 millimeter. Or I could say 15 millimeters times 2 millimeters. Anything that gives me the 30 is correct. Okay, this one, don't worry about that. Now, the next one. Next one I would like you to look at will be volume. So the volume of these. The first volume is, first of all, learn the formula. You can see, learn the formula. So volume equals length times breadth times height. Okay. If I do that, I say 20, it doesn't matter the order, times 16 centimeters times 8 centimeters. Right. I then go and multiply. Use your working out paper and do 20 times 16. So 6 times 0, 0. 6 times 2, 12. Put a 0. 1 times 0, 0. 1 times 2 is 2. So that gives me 320. Now, 320 times 8. 8 times 0, 0. 8 times 2, 16. 3 times 8, 24. 1, 25. So my answer is 2560. And I've got centimeter times centimeter times centimeter, centimeter cubed. Okay. Now, let's do volume. Here, number 2. Volume equals length times breadth times height. Study this. Study the formula. Right, now we put in 10 meters times 5 meters times 6 meters. Doesn't matter the order. So 10 times 5 is 50. 50 times 6, so you can work out 50 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30, and I put the 0, so 300 meters cubed. Okay, now let's have a look at the last one. Volume equals, and you can see it's the same numbers as here, length times breadth times height. That's, again, 10 centimeters times 5 centimeters times, sorry about this, 6 centimeters, and that gives me 300 meters cubed. Okay, meters cubed. Now, let's do of the same shapes, surface area. Okay. Normally, you wouldn't do area of a 3D shape because area is normally flat. But we want how much is the surface of all these flat sides, the faces, added together. So let's do, I see 4 of one size and 2 of another size. So let's do this together. I'm going to say area equals length times breadth. Okay. Then I say, let's do this piece. Sorry about that there. Right. 20 centimeters times 16 centimeters. So we're just doing this. So what I do is cover the 0. 2 times 16 is 32. And put a 0 on. 320 centimeters squared. But how many are that size? There are 4 of them. So I'll go 1, 2, at the back 3, and under 4. So times by 4. So surface area is equal to 320 centimeters times 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 1,280 centimeters squared. So I've got the 4. Now I need to go and do the other 2. So this side here now. Okay. So we say area equals length times breadth. Now, equals. The length of this is either one. You can decide. 8 centimeters times 16 centimeters. We're multiplying, so it doesn't matter which way around you do it. Take your working out page and go and work out. 16 times 8. Okay, so we say 8 times 6 is going to give me 48. 1 times 8 is 8, and 4, 12. So I've got 128 centimeters squared. But there are 2 of that size. So there's one, and at the back of here is 1. So I say times by 2. So the surface area is equal to 2 times 8, 16. 2 times 2 is 4, and 1, 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 256 centimeters squared. Okay, but now I've got that total and I've got this total, but I'm not yet done. I now must add the whole thing. So surface area is equal to 1280 centimeters squared plus 256 centimeters squared. And if I add them together, I've got 6. Then I say 5 and 8 is going to be 13. Carry the 1. That's 3, 4, 5. Sorry, and that's a 1. 1536 centimeters squared. Okay, so I've added the 2. So can you see each time I work out the area of the 4, then I work out the area of the 2, and then I add them. That is how surface area works. All right. Now, transformations. I'm going to quickly just do these 2 to show you what the answers are. Area equals length times breadth. Let's do those 4. So 5 meters times 6 meters. So I'm doing this. Okay, so 5 meters times 6 meters, and that's going to be 30 meters squared. Area of those are those 4. Now let's do the 2 area, so times by 4. Okay, so surface area is equal to 3 times 4 is 12. It's 120 meters squared. Area equals length times breadth. So we're doing this now. There are 2 of them. So 10 meters times 6 meters, and that's 60 meters squared. So times it by 2, and that gives me surface area 120 meters squared. Add that and add that. So surface area equals 120 meters squared plus 120 meters squared. And that gives me 240 meters squared. Okay, right, the next one. The very next one looks like this. Different types of transformation. So reflection, you know, guys. Reflection is if something's there and there. So across that. Or reflection could be across this. There and there. Okay. Rotation is a point, and we go around the point. So there, moved around, goes there. Translation is if I've got this, and I'll translate it or move it exactly as it is somewhere else, but it looks exactly the same. And then enlargement is if I've got small and I do big, or big and I do small. Okay. Now translate the arrow 3 squares right and 4 squares up. Always take a corner. So let's take this corner. Okay. And now we look only at the corner. How are we going to translate? Sorry, 3 squares right, 1, that point, 2, 3 squares right, okay, then, so you count 1, 2, 3. And if I go up 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and that's your fourth one. So that is where I've got to start it. So I draw this, it goes there, it goes there. Now where does it go? It goes to there, about half, there, it goes there. Right. Copy it, identical, lovey. Guys, lovies. Look at that now. I love you guys so much, it's even my lovies. Okay, what I meant was, copy it, identical. So it must look exactly the same when I translate. Now, if you look at this one, or when I, translate, rotate the arrow 90 degrees clockwise, or clockwise. So clock always moves this way, like this. So we know this arrow must turn by 90 degrees there. So I take this, I go right, the arrow, that's exactly where I want it. Okay, and I do this. But the point must be to the point. So there's the point, and 90 degrees. All right, triangles, guys. Right, the name of the triangle, nice and easy. I can see equal angles, equal sides. So it's equilateral. And what does equilateral tell us? 3 equal sides, 3 equal angles. Okay, 3 equal sides, 3 equal angles. Now, for an isosceles, I-S-O-S-C-E-L-E-S. Okay, learn the spelling. Guys, isosceles triangles, isos means legs in Greek. So we know that there are 2 equal legs. Okay, so because of that, we can say it's got 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. Okay. The last one is that one that is different. Remember I said to you, everything different. You want to go and see a movie. This friend says, no, let's go for lunch. Everyone says the sky is blue. This friend says, no, I'm thinking it's a tone of grey. So it's that different one. Because it's all different, we call it scalene. That difficult one. S-C-A-L-E-N-E. Just the one that is all different. So if you look at the sides, I've got 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. And because of that, I say 3 different length sides. So 3 sides with different lengths. Okay. The next one. 1 line by the angle, 2 lines by this angle, and there's 3 lines by that angle. So 3 different size angles. Okay, so again, 3 different sides, 3 different size angles. Okay, the next one, right. What names a shape? So, remember we spoke about this in class. So, the first thing that names a shape, if I've got a pyramid, which is any shape that's got a point, like for example this one, or this one. What names that pyramid is always the base. What is it standing on? So the base shape. Okay, so it will always be a square-based pyramid or a pentagonal-based pyramid, or something based. All right. A prism. What names a prism? The prism is always named by the two same sides. So the top and the bottom. What shape is it? If you see this one, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sides. So the top and the bottom are nanogons. So I'm saying this is a nanogonal prism. So if I see something that's like this, I would say that is a triangular prism. So the two same sides name the prism. Okay, because all the others are rectangles. These around you are rectangles. So that can't name the prism. Right. Number 1 and 2 of this we're not doing. Number 3. What are the number of faces called? So if there's 3 faces, I know that it is a triangle. Okay. What is the prism called that is a triangular like that? It's a triangular prism. And the pyramid is a triangular based pyramid, or it's a tetrahedron, you know that. Okay, 4 sides obviously is a square. Okay, if it's a prism, it's a square prism, or it's a cube. Okay. If it's a triangle, a pyramid, it is a square-based pyramid. Okay. If it's got 5 sides, it's a pentagon. You know that. What is the prism? It's a pentagonal prism. If it's a pyramid, pentagonal based pyramid. Okay. Now, 6 sides is a hexagon. If it's a prism, it's a hexagonal prism, or it's a hexagonal based pyramid. Okay. The 7 sides is a septagon, and if it's a prism, it's a septagonal prism, or septagonal based pyramid. Okay. 8 is an octagon. 9 is a nonagon. N-O-N-A-G-A-G-O-N. Nonagon. And you can do the rest. And then the 10th one is a decagon. D-E-C-A-G-O-N. Decagon. Okay, now with these, I'm asking you, name the shape. How many edges does it have? How many faces? How many vertices? Okay, so name of the shape. Remember, the base names it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a hexagonal based pyramid. Okay. How many edges has it got? Straight lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then lines going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 12 altogether. How many faces has it got? It's got 6 triangles and the bottom, so it's got 7 faces. How many vertices, that is the points? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these and 1 at the top. So 7, sorry. 7. Sorry about that. All right. Now, the name of the next one, remember we counted it, it's got 9 sides. So, non-agonal prism. It's not got a point at the top, so it's a prism. How many edges has it got? There's 7 at the top, 7 under, and there's 7 around the sides here. So there's 7, 14, 21. So it's 21 edges. How many faces has it got? 9 around, guys. That's incorrect. I'm talking 9. So 9 around. It's got edges. How many edges? Let's go again. Sorry, scrap that previous part. So 9 edges. 9 at the bottom. So the lines, hey guys. 9 under. So 9, 18, and around the sides, 27. 9, 18, 27 of them. How many faces? 9 around and 2. So 11. And how many vertices? How many points? So the points are 9 at the top, 9 at the bottom. So they're 18. Okay. The next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pentagonal based pyramid. Okay. How many edges has it got? They're 5 and 5, so 10. How many faces? There's a base, so 1 base, and 5 sides, so 6. How many vertices? 5 around and 1 at the top, so 6. Okay. Now, let's look at the next one. Right. The shape of this, remember what I said to you? A triangular based pyramid is a tetrahedron. Right, tetrahedron. How many edges has it got? At the bottom, 3 and 3 lines. So it's got 6. How many faces? 3 and 1 under, 4. How many vertices? 3, 4. Right. What is the name of the next one? So let's go. I can see it's a prism. It's not a pyramid. And what type of prism is it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a septagonal prism. How many edges? There's 7 at the top, 7 under, and 7 around. So 7, 14, 21. Right. How many faces? 7, 8, and under, 9. How many vertices? How many points? So 7 and 7, 14. All right, and we're done there. Now we move on to data handling, so the graph. The graph tells us, look at the following data and complete a line graph. All right. Favorite types of cars, and the frequency table is always how many are there. So let's write. We've got to do a heading. Please use a ruler. Okay. So the heading is going to be favorite types of cars. Okay. The next one is going to be on the x-axis. The x-axis is going to give me types of cars. The y-axis is going to give me number of cars. Okay, now I need to write what is on my x-axis. Let's write, remember, on the lines. So the first one is a Volkswagen Polo. The next one is an AMG. Remember, it's hard to fit, so you need to maybe make it shorter. The next one is an Opel. The next one is a BMW. Okay. The next one is a Jeep. The next one is a Toyota RAV. Toyota. And the next one is a Ford Fiesta. So let's just write Fiesta. Okay. Now, on the y-axis, I'm going to have to write numbers, but let's have a look. I can't do 1, 1, 1, 1 because that's going to have to take me to 12. So let's go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could actually do that, so let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, there are enough lines. Now, already here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks. Now I plot my graph. Volkswagens, there are 12. So let's go and do it. Plot the points. AMGs, there are 5. So let's do 5. Opels, there's 2. Then BMWs, there's 1. Jeep, there's 2. Toyota, 9. And Fiesta, 9. Okay, I'm not done yet with my line graph. I now take a ruler and I join the lines. Okay. And join. Okay. By looking at that, you can see this is a non-linear graph. Why? Because it's not like straight that way or straight like this. All right. Now let's answer questions about this. How many people took part in the survey? That's the first question. The way that we see how many people did this is the total of this. So how many people altogether? Because 12 had this favorite, 5 had that. So let's go. 12 and 5 is 17, plus 2 is 19, plus 1 is 20, 22, then that's 31, 22, 31, yes, and then 30, and then 40. So how many took part? 40 people. Okay. What fraction of people have the Mercedes AMG? So let's go. How many AMGs were there? There were 5. So 5 out of 40. 5 out of 40 have an AMG. Okay. But in its simplest form. So divide. What can go into 5 and 40? 5. So divide by 5. 5 into 5 once. 5 into 40 can go 8 times. So I've got 1/8. What is the mode of this data? In other words, the most of it, the mode. So I've got 12, 5, 2, 1, 2, 9, 9. There's 2 2s and 2 9s. So 2 and 9. What is the median of this? In other words, the middle. I need to first write them down. So let's write. There's a 1, there's a 2, another 2, not a 3, not a 4, there's a 5, not a 6, not a 7, there's a 9, and a 9, and there's a 12. Okay, now let's look what this tells us. What is the median of this? So cross, 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 cross. Remember, and the middle one is median equals 5. This is going to be there for putting it in order, for finding the middle one, and there. Okay, so be careful that you give enough. The next one, what is the mean? So the average. You're going to add all those together. We know it is 40. So 40 of them. But how many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 40 divided by 7. 7 into 40 goes how many times? It's going to give you 5, which is 35, and remainder how much? So you've got remainder 5. So 5 and 5/7. Okay, because that's what will be remaining. Okay, now what is the data or the range of this data? Remember the range says the biggest number minus the smallest number, and that will give me 11. So the range is equal to 11. All right, now the next one. Word problems or problem solving? Okay, we're almost done there, guys. Now, the length of the side of a square is double. Will the area of the enlarged square be double or 4 times the original shape? So they're telling us if the length of the side of a square is double, let's just take any number and double it. So here's a square, and let's say that's 2 meters. Now we do one that is 4 meters. Let's see if it works. So 2 meters, area equals length times breadth, which is 2 meters times 2 meters, and that's 4 meters squared. 4 meters, area equals length times breadth. I just took 2 and 4. You could have said 3 and 6. You could say 5 and 10. It doesn't matter, as long as you doubled it. Okay, 4 meters times 4 meters, and that's going to give me 16 meters squared. Is this number doubled or 4 times? Now you answer the question. Will the area of an enlarged square be doubled or 4 times? The area will be 4 times the original shape. Remember to answer the question, because you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. Okay, now a shape is made up of 2 congruent and right-angled triangles. Congruent, guys, the same, so identical, exactly the same. All right, now right-angled, you know. If the perpendicular height of a triangle A is 38 centimeters, the base is 14. How much is the area of the polygon if I put the 2 shapes together? Now, let's go and see. 38 and 14. Okay, they are telling me that it is, just let me see. Okay, the height is 38. So these 2 triangles are exactly the same. The height of it is 38 centimeters, and this is 14 centimeters. Now, they want to know, what will the area be if I take these 2 and I put it together to make a 4-sided shape? That means you're going to take that triangle and turn it around. So you'll actually end up with this, like that, where you've got triangle A, triangle B. Okay, you can see that that's what's going to happen. So all you do, remember they're congruent, so they are the same. All I'm going to do is work out what is the area of one, and then double it, because then I'll have the whole side, or the whole shape. So I say area equals base times height over 2, divide by 2. So 38 centimeters times 14 centimeters, divide by 2. Okay, work out on a piece, your working out paper, 38 times 14. Okay, 8 times 4, that's 32. 3 times 4 is 12, and 3, 15, 0. 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 3 is 3. So you've got 2, you've got 13, and you've got 5. So 532 centimeters squared, divide by 2. Right. Now, 2, if I say 532 divided by 2, 2 goes into 5 twice, remainder 1. 2 goes into 13, 6 times, remainder 1. 2 goes into 12, 6 times. So my answer is 266 centimeters squared. But there are 2 triangles. So if I turn it and I have now the one shape, I've got to multiply this by 2 to know how much 2 of them would be, because then that's my total area. So I just multiply that by 2. I say 2 times 6 gives me 12. 2 times 6 is 12 and 1, 13. 2 times 2 is 4 and 1, 5. 532 centimeters squared. Okay, last one. Your dad buys wood, which is 3 meters wide and 5 meters in length. If you would like to build a kennel for your dog, which has the following design, will this be enough wood? Okay, here's the kennel. Remember, we've got to make this open, the front. Otherwise, how's your dog going to get in? He doesn't want to sleep on top of the box. All right, so we're going to say, how much wood would this take to build? All right, so first of all, let's see how much Dad's got. So area equals length times breadth. Dad's wood. Okay, Dad's wood. Dad's got length times breadth, 3 meters, 5 meters, doesn't matter which way around, 15 meters squared. Okay, that's what Dad's got. Now, how much is the kennel? So let's go kennel. Okay, the kennel is 4 of these sides. So let's do this first. This is area equals length times breadth, and that's going to be 1 meter times 3 meters. And that is 3 meters squared. But there are 4 of those, so times by 4. That gives me surface area 12 meters squared. Okay. Now we're going to work out how much is this piece, but for the back. I don't want a front piece. So I say area equals, so the back piece, length times breadth, and that is equal to 1 meter times 1 meter. That gives me 1 meter squared. If I do surface area, I don't need the front, so I've got just that. If I add these two, I'm going to need surface area is 12 meters squared plus 1 meter squared. That's 13 meters squared. If I take Dad's wood, 15 meters squared, minus the 13 meters squared, that will only give me 2 meters squared left over. So what does that tell me? There will be enough wood. Okay, so do you see? You even draw it, but you will get it. Right, grade 7s, that was great. I hope that you have an incredible holiday and that high school will be absolutely amazing for you. I have every faith that with maths, you are ready to go to high school, and I know that you guys are going to do well. Take care.